Hello everyone and welcome to Saki's Money Making Guide. Today I'll be going over the spawn area in Sausans and the rotation guide that you would want to use. Now there are three rotations. There's the main rotation, the second rotation, and the third rotation. The first rotation has the best yield of drops and has the best yield of experience. So depending on what you want here, it depends on the camp you want. The third rotation is by far the worst XP, and it's also by far the worst amount of drops that you'll receive. Now to do Sausans effectively, you're going to want an AP of at least 150 and a DP of at least 200. Now in this video I currently have an AP of 108 and a DP of 205. As you can see, no sorry, it was 109 now and 205. My awakening is 89, but I also get a 30% from my total AP, which I have no idea what it would be. So don't even bother asking. Alright, now I can do Sausans, but I cannot do them effectively. To do them effectively, your goal is to possibly one-shot them or even two-shot them. But do not go past that. If you cannot go past that, it's honestly not worth doing it. You're worth going back to Elric's or even Helms. Alright? Now, to go over the three spawns, which are the main, the secondary, and the third. Alright? As you can see, he kind of displays an outline of what you want to do. So, I'll go ahead and give you a visual update of that. Now, as you can see, I rode my horse from Sarmak Outpost. This is also where you can go ahead and upgrade your armors and your stuff for when they break. You can even take your horse there, so you can go ahead and repair that as well. Once you're done, you want to go off out of Sarma, and you want to bring your horse up here. Now, I'll also be showing you where you can safely park your horse, to where it's not where you can actually park it inside and not get damaged by any other mobs, unless someone comes and hopefully they're nice and they kill the mobs off. Alright, so as you can see, I drove about halfway, and then I got an auto path leading into the main gate and to the spot to where we are going. Now, I'll go ahead and show you that path right now. So you want to drive up, completely ignoring all the other mobs. Now, when I get up here, if there's anyone currently at the spots, I will go ahead and just run around the area explaining. But if there is enemies around, I'll go ahead and kill them off and hopefully give you guys a better description of my current gear level to currently how fast I can kill them. And as I did explain before, I am not at the recommended level to be able to kill the Sausans effectively. I can kill them, yes, but not effectively. The faster you are able to kill them, the more money you will make. At Sausans, if you are here and you're a dedicated grinder, you can earn up to about 10 mil in about 6 hours, which is a good amount of money, especially for a day's work. Alright, so as I said, you bring your horse right up here, and there's no enemies currently following me. If you come up the other way, enemies will follow you. So I'm just going to jump off. I'm going to go ahead and put some items in my horse real quick, just because I'm currently way down. Alright. You know what, actually I need to grab my potions out of there as well, because I will be needing those. Alright, so we'll show you the first rotation. And when I was running up here, driving up here, I did see another player. So what we're going to do is we're not going to do anything. We're actually going to follow them. And you want to start over here. And then it looks like they decided to go down here. Now, when you kill those off, you want to go over here between this gate, not get stuck on it like I did. Come over here, kill these guys off. Then proceed to the next camp over here. Kill these guys off. Come over here. Kill these guys off. You need to go around above the fence or around it. Kill these guys off. And then loop back around, which I believe is down here. No, do not go down here. Do not go down here. I made a mistake. Yep, here they are. Come over here and kill this little regiment. And you're back here at the tower start again. Alright? That is the first camp. Second camp. Oh. Sorry, you go through that fence and come over here and kill this regiment again. Alright, so that is the first camp. Probably a little bit dicey on the explanation, but it works. Next camp is just at the horses, just off to the left. As you can also see, there's people down here as well. Jump over the rocks and kill the group that is right here. There's probably about 20 to 30 of them. Quite a lot. And come over here and kill off this group. There's a small group right here. You can kill them. No. There's a small group right here. You can kill them off. And then complete, you keep going over here. Now this is where everyone messes up. You can, if you go up here, you'll miss a whole spawn of enemies. No, it's not it. Here, if you go in here, you'll get into the thick of a mob, but you'll also miss what's over here. So I will just go back down and I will act as if I never even went up there. I jumped ahead of myself. I apologize. So you kill off this group right here, and you want to continue up and around this barricade right here, and kill off the little group that is right here. It's a little group, but it's items. You want those items. Once you kill those, you can go up the fence and drop off into these guys and kill them off. Once you're here, this is where you want to awake. This is where it gets a little tougher. You have all of these guys to kill. You can kill them pretty fast if you activate your Awakening's buff ability. You don't have to, but you can. Then you kill these guys off. And like I said, you're back at your horses to where you can start anew. By the time we ran around, I didn't even kill anything. You see these guys are already up. Alright, now the third area is going to be the final area, and again, this is just a foothold. This is an area that is low on mobs, and therefore low on drops. You want more drops, so only come here if it is absolutely necessary to a free camp. It's still good, but it doesn't have as many mobs as the previous ones. Alright, so you want to come in here, and you want to kill this group off, alright? Then you want to kill this little group off right here. My advice is to completely ignore the tough Sausan soldiers, because they are harder, and ignore the Sausan cannoneers. They are range, and they are a little bit buffier than the snipers. Alright, so once you kill those, you want to run in here and kill the next group. It's a small group, but it's you can kill. Come over here, around this rock, kill off this small group right here. And then drop down here. Kill off this group right here. And then kill off this group right here. Alright. Completely ignore these two guys. Go over here and start on the third group. Or, sorry, the next group. Once those guys are dead, come over here. Kill these guys. For some extra drops. Then come over here to finish your rotation and kill this last camp. Now to start again, you can either you have two choices. You can go A through here and up through here. However, it's a little bit trickier, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the opposite way. This is the way I recommend. It's not a way that I honestly take a lot, except for when I'm in outside of parties. But if I'm solo, this is the best route you want to take, just because if you don't know how to maneuver that crack a little bit, you will get stuck on it, and you will waste time, and you don't want to waste time when you're farming money. So, like I said, you want to come up through there, and you want to go into the camp and kill this group as soon as they respawn. Alright, now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and do this rotation once. just so you get an idea of the intensity of the mobs and what all they drop. Now, as you can see, before I start the video, I showed you my AP and DP. My AP is 108, 109, my DP is 205. I'm able to take a decent amount of damage from them, but not a whole lot. I mean, they still damage me, which is not what you want. You don't want to be up here weighing down on potions like I am. So, come up here with possibly 230 DP maybe 220. And at least an AP of 150. Anything lower and it's not effective to spawn to solo. Now, if you are at like 110, you can easily duel with someone in the guild and come up here and split the drops. That is always an option. Like I said, come over here, kill this next group off. And like I said, leave the snipers alone, but I'm going to kill them. Just because I'm going to go over some of my food real quick that I'm using. I didn't exactly go over that before I jumped into this. Alright, so I'm using Knight's Combat Rations. These are almost a must-have for doing Sausans because it gives additional attack plus 5, additional human attack plus 5, and it also reduces the damage you take by plus 5. Which is 5%, by the way. It's not just a number. Also, I'm using these. You don't have to use these, but it increases the damage. No, sorry, it decreases the damage you take by monsters by 10%, and it also increases your evasion by plus 10 and increases your resistance to certain effects. Now, the next things I use are endless elixirs of endless frenzy. It increases my AP by 13, but it decreases my DP by 10. The other item is a melee attack, which is basically an AP plus 3 potion. That's all it is. I also use WP potions when I'm here, which recovers my WP. For some reason, I'm not able to keep my WP, which I need to look into, and extra large potions. Without night combat rations and all the foods that I have, I would be doing these so much slower to where it's not even, I'm spending more money doing these than I am actually making, which is really fucking sad. So that is why I do not farm Sausans. Come on, get up. Alright. So next, I completely ignore those two and I just jump over here. I mean, it's no point in me trying to kill something when I know I'm not going to be able to kill them outside of one-shotting. I can hardly kill these little guys in one shot, so... Alright, once you're done with that small group, come over here and into this larger group. Now, what I didn't go over before while I was talking about the food buffs is you can use up to 3 different foods at a single time. Most of the food duration is 90 minutes, and the food duration use per is 30 minutes. So that means you can get 3 foods in before you actually start losing buffs. Alright, so like I said again, not going through the cracks, I hate the crack. And then start again anew. Alright. Now once I get back up here to my horse, I'll go ahead and go over some of the drops with you guys. I do apologize on the length of this video. It's only because Sausans is a bigger area than Elric's and Helms. So, alright, so the drops I got were armor fragments, robe pieces, broken timber, and sauce and supplies. As you can see, you can turn in 600 or 800. Wow. Alright, so if you take the sauce and supplies to the Western Guard camp, you will earn more money because you are turning in 200 less supplies than the Sarma outpost, which is where I'll be heading next. Alright, so these ones you can just NPC. They don't sell on the market, so you can't really do nothing about them. Also, robe pieces. You take 1,000 of these to the Sausan garrison, and you get a mill. You take 1,000 of these, and you get a mill. Now, I'll be showing you guys where you guys can turn these in. Which is not far. It's actually right next to here. If I'm not mistaken, you turn them in at the node manager. But I could be very wrong, and I've only done this, I think, once or twice. So, this will be a new experience for both of us. Like I said, I've been there before. It's just I haven't been there very often, so I don't know the actual NPC's name. I'm also currently way down because I took the items I got from Helms and I put them inside my horse. So when I get down here out of the Sausan garrison, I'll go ahead and take those out. So I'm way down instead of my wagon, therefore going a little bit faster. Alright, there we go. Alrighty then. So I'm not going to go on the road. If I'm not mistaken, it should be not at the Sausan garrison. There we go. That's what I want, right there. Yeah, so it was actually right next to the entrance that I just left out of. So it is not the node manager. The node manager is right here. What the fuck? Sorry, I'm kind of confused because I thought the node manager was off more to the right. Alright, so looks like you are going to be taking him to the node manager. Rahal Antum. You turn them into him. Come on, where's that? What the fuck are you? Okay, so you're going to take them to Rahal, and you're going to turn them into 4,000 for a single gold bar. Sorry, like I said, I've never talked to that NPC before. Alright, so next I'll be heading over to the Sausan garrison, where we turn in the armor fragments.
The next generation of power is at the Home Depot, and it's found in Ryobi 1 Plus tools. Right now, during Ryobi days, buy a Ryobi 1 Plus lithium-ion compact drill driver kit.
Alright.
Get another select Ryobi 1 Plus tool.
And if you guys like these videos, please let me know and I'll go ahead and do more. I do plan on making a, not a guide, but a sort of video on how you properly do scroll parties. Now, a quick rundown on scroll parties is you get 5 people together. Each person has 10, 15, maybe even 20 scrolls, and you do them all in a rotation. The party leader does one, then he passes the leader, and someone else uses one, and then third, fourth, and fifth, and so on. And you do that until all the scrolls are gone. Now, we recommend doing 10 because once you hit 10, your character starts becoming encumbered. When you get encumbered, you start hitting slowly, you run slowly. It's just not a nice thing to deal with. Now you'll get three things, three bundles from the quest when you do it, and those are the things that give you the money. However, when you kill the bosses of someone else's, you will also get armor fragments and hunter seals along with some junk items. You don't want those junk items, so you can go ahead and toss them. They're not really all that important, but who knows. Alright, so I'll go ahead and leave that for the next guide. And we have just arrived at the armor fragment NPC, which turns out to be the Sarma Outpost Node Manager. You go ahead and talk to them, and you exchange the fragments right here for another gold bar. Now, a gold bar is equivalent to 1 mil, so for every 1,000 of these, you make in a mil. For every 1,000 of... Where are they? Sorry, for every 1,000 row piece, you're making a mil. For every 1,000 armor fragment, you're making a mil. For every 600 supplies, you're making a mil. Which is good. You'll get more supplies and more armor fragments than you will row pieces. So don't fret if you only come out with 2,800 of row pieces out of 6 hours of farming. It's not a big deal. You will definitely make a lot less row pieces than you will the armor fragments. Now, the also other items you get from Sausans is better than mains, better than Elrics, and better than helms. You have a lot more frequent chance of getting items such as forbidden books, the Blackstone armor, the Blackstone weapon. You'll also be getting armors such as Grunel, Rokaba, I think it is. Yeah, Rokaba. My apologies on fucking messing that speech up. Rokaba, and you'll also be getting, I think it's Uria weapons. I could be mistaken on that. Along with a bunch of anonymous crystals. But again, you're not there for these main pieces. These are honestly all additional pieces. You're mainly there for these items. Now, if you are in a party, you can go ahead and set these up to where they automatically sell on the market while you guys are fighting. So you're not holding that extra weight. All you would have to do is throw these items right here inside your wagon and keep going all day long. Alright, so after you sell those off, you should have a nice chunk of change depending on how long you're there. Alright, so once again, this was a complete coverage of the rotations for the 3 areas. I did them in 3 separate videos, so it wasn't so long. I do apologize again for the Sauce and Garrison one for being so long, just because of the 3 different types of rotations. The first video went over Helms, the second video went over Elrics, and the third and last video went over Sausans. Again, I hope this was an enlightenment video for you guys, and you should now know how to properly do all 3 of the sections for a decent money making guide. If you have any other questions, you can feel free to go ahead and ask any of the guild leaders or any of the guild members. They're all willing to help. But just in case you do not know the guild leaders, they are there's Saki, who is also lethargy. You can tell by his gold emblem. You can also ask Legendary Ronin, Hufrago, Himurai, Firebands, and Colors. They're all great people. They're great people to ask, and they are all very knowledgeable. So, when you guys are in game, just go ahead and use these guides as much as you want. Just please don't leak them out. We're trying to keep it really guild only. But until then, have a good day and good luck farming, gentlemen. Oh, and ladies, you can never forget about the ladies.